What's up everybody, it's XX Razorbacks 337 here for a video review of my Forza Motorsport 4 tuning setup A-Class tutorial, and I'm going to show you one of my cars, Lotus, I think it's an Esprit, and I'm going to show you how to make a perfect A-Class out of it. So what you want to do is get the handling down first and foremost. So as you can tell, handling goes to 8 instead of a 5.3, and then your performance goes to 541. Then your lateral G's go up to 0.992. So you got that, and then you go to your front width of the tire. Acceleration, launch, no biggie. I'll get that under control. That goes lateral G's 997. Rear tire width. Yes, the width of the tire puts more weight on the car, but it increases the handling and increases the launch, but decreases the acceleration by just a minor percentage. Rims I wouldn't recommend if you want to rear wing it. I would highly recommend you not putting a rear wing. It reduces the speed, but it creates handling. And then you go to platform and handling, go to brakes, put race brakes on. Now put your lateral G's to 1.005, and it reduces the weight of your car. And then you go to springs and dampers, go for race springs and dampers. And then you go to front anti-roll bars, same on with that, and with the rear, done. Then you go to chassis reinforcements, do sport chassis reinforcements, so you can have some extra time putting more speed performance parts. And then you go to the weight reduction, you go to sport weight reduction. You got a 6.1 handling, launch goes to 8.1, which is no biggie. Turns your lateral G's to 1.015 to 1.024, which is good. And then you go to your engine and power. You go to air filter. I'd put race air filter. Stock exhaust, I would put race exhaust. And then you would go to turbochargers. You can do that. Don't worry about the camshafts, and you go to fuel system. Put sport fuel system in it. If you don't want, you can put the race fuel system, and then you go to intercooler. If you don't want to put intercooler, that's fine, but stock oiling and cooling, I'd prefer sport oiling, oil and cooling. Increases the horsepower and torque. And then you go to, if you want to, go back to the intercooler, put sport intercooler back on. And then you go to flywheel, put race flywheel, doesn't matter, and then you're set. And then you go back to your main menu, go to tune setup. Handling wise, I'd probably put the tire pressure to 28, and then put the wheels to 29. And then anti-roll bars, I would reduce it down just a tad bit for front and rear. Ride height, I do the same thing by a couple notches, 4.7 front, 4.6 rear. And then you should be good to go. And benchmark tells you what your stats of your car. You got 190. There's no biggie. You can if you don't want an A-Class, you can go S-Class, but I would recommend you not putting an intercooler or oiling and cooling or the stock fuel system, because you have to put the transmission. I'm sorry, I got out of that real quick. race transmission, I would recommend it, and then go to race drive line. Don't worry about putting the differential crap. You can go back to your engine and power, sport intercooler, here, let's try this out. Alright, go back to stock flywheel. There you go, sport oil and cooling. Don't worry about the flywheel, no biggie. Then you go back to your tuning setup, and this is where you can manage your forward gears. So I'd probably go 2.85 second, 1.95, 1.45, 1.15. For the fourth, fifth, I'd go for 0.95, and then for sixth, I'd go for 0.80. And then we go to benchmark, and let's see what we got. 188. Slow, cause race transmission. You got a better launch for the race sport transmission, so try this out. And then if you want to put race intercooler, increases the horsepower. And now let's go back to tune setup. Alright, now 6th gear has been totally wiped. Don't worry about it, that's okay. 3.80 for the final drive, and go back to your benchmark. 190, no biggie. Go test drive. Favorite tracks, Road America would be my favorite. Forgot to change my difficulty, but that's okay. As you can see, it's a 2002 Lotus Esprit. as you can see, that was a test lap around Road America on my Lotus Esprit. So, leave a comment, please rate, subscribe, and I'll get back with a few more tuning videos. So, catch up with you later.